The goal of this video is to show you how easy it is to lay LVP flooring and not hire a contractor, and that you could do it yourself. If you're new to the channel, my name's Connor, and me and my wife have spent the past 2 years renovating our house. We had a fire in our garage and it caused smoke damage all throughout the house. So we haven't been able to live into it. We're slowly trying to get it all ready. We've done about 80% of the work ourselves and subbed out the remaining 20%. As of now, we're laying flooring all throughout all 3 bedrooms, the living room, kitchen, and the master bedroom. So we're gonna start right back here. One of the biggest things to tackle when you're laying LVP flooring is first you want to start out with a flat surface. It's very crucial that everything's flat on your subfloor, or if you're laying over the LVP over another type of flooring, hardwood, tile, you want to make sure you do the best you possibly can to keep that flat. In this current room I'm in now, I actually went through with self-leveling concrete all throughout all 3 rooms just to make sure everything's even, and then also put down thin plywood to go ahead and level out all the bumps. I have a bunch of videos of those on my channel, so if you get a minute after this, go check it out. Now that you got your subfloor prepped and leveled, now it's time to pick out flooring. So my wife actually went to a flooring warehouse and bought MSI, it's called LVT luxury vinyl tile. Essentially it's just really rigid and thick LVP. It has a locking system, a click locking system. It's very simple to install. What you want to look for when picking out flooring is water resistant, scratch resistant, and an easy locking system. The scratch resistant, it'll say what type of mill layer. And essentially what that means is how thick of a plastic coating is on the actual LVP to protect it. So how much of protection you have on wear and tear. This is actually a 22 mil. The higher the number, the more protection you're gonna get, the greater scratch resistant it is. The lower the number, the more cheaper it is. It's more likely to scratch, dent, wear, tear over time. It probably won't last as long as a product with a higher wear layer. One test that you wanna do is try to take your hand and break off that lip. I've only been able to break it off maybe with a hammer or a pair of pliers on accident, but if you can't break it off, that's good. And cheaper products, cheaper flooring, you're able to literally start breaking the lip off, and you're like, oh, well, what's the big deal with that? It's a big deal because when these two connect, over time, the more wear and tear that you use on the floor, the more likely this lip will break. It'll cause the boards to break apart and eventually fail. Also, this brings back to the point of how important a flat subfloor is. When you have this flooring and it starts to bounce, it'll start to break along these lines because over time, going back and forth, if it's hollow, it will create a separation and eventually break as well. Again, this is MSI LVT. We got it for $1.99 a square foot. What's really nice is too, it comes with underlayment on the back side of it. So I don't need to put a vapor barrier down. I don't need to put its own set of underlayment. I can just go ahead and lay this down, except on full-on concrete, if it's gonna be resting on it, you need a vapor barrier down, but this is just really nice to have and just one less thing you gotta think about that's already included in every box. So we talked about subfloor prep, what kind of flooring to get, and now we're gonna talk about layout. So if I was just doing this room, solely just this room, and wanted to change the flooring, how I would know which way to start laying the flooring is I would locate the longest wall in the room. Start laying the first couple rows parallel to that longest wall. With this project, I didn't really have a choice because I started in the living room and just worked my way over, but when I determined on where to lay it, that living room wall with the windows is one of the longest walls in that whole area. A benefit of choosing that long wall is that it flows better and makes it look bigger, and that's how you start and locate the first 2 rows. Now it's time to actually start installing the flooring. In total, all the tools you'll need will run you about $150 to $200, and that would include a circular saw, a jigsaw, a hammer, pull bar, a hitting block, a square, a pencil, knee pads. That's pretty much the basic necessities. You need to cut, measure, and install the LVP. And again, like I said, it will run you anywhere from $150 to $200. And you can pick all these things up at any big box retailer, Home Depot, Lowe's. You can get it, or you can also order it on Amazon. I'll leave all the links in the description below if you want just a quick shortcut on where to get the tools. So we're gonna go ahead and start laying this first row with this piece right here. When starting to lay your first piece, you wanna stagger the joints at a minimum of 12 inches. And let me show you what I mean by that. Let's go ahead and install this piece right here and follow it up with this piece connected to it. right, so this is fresh right here. Clean, seamless. So what I can't do is, because there's a piece right here in the same size, I can't lay this piece again starting, because then there's two seams back and forth too close to each other. You need a minimum of 12 inches spread out from each piece to stagger the pieces so that these joints don't fail. So what I can do to get around that at a minimum of 12 inches, I'm gonna go ahead and install a full piece, and we'll completely forget all about that. Boom, there we go. Another thing I forgot to add is you need a 1/4 inch spacer to allow the LVP flooring to expand or contract in different weather conditions. When the floor has nowhere to expand, it'll start to buckle at the joint. It will most likely start to break the bond and the flooring will start coming apart. So you use leftover LVP. I don't go out and buy spacers, just whatever scraps I have laying around from all the different cuts. At the very end, just remove them all, and I know I still have that gap. We're making good progress. Let's keep knocking it out. All right guys, that's all we got for tonight. I was able to finish installing the flooring in this bedroom. The next spot is the master bedroom. That right now is the catch-all for all my tools, tile. I've been cutting LVP in there. It's just a complete mess. I'm gonna have to clean that up before we start installing the flooring. Again, the goal for this video is to show you how easy it is to lay LVP flooring. I hope you guys learned something and come away feeling confident that you can tackle it yourself. If you've liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it to your friend, and stay tuned for the next one.